It's Alberto Dainese sitting on his wheel. Here goes the Sunweb train as well in the white. Behind there looking for Dylan Groenewegen, and we can't really see him. He's hidden, he's right on the wheel of Pascal Ackermann. It's Dainese who's ready to go. In the middle you can see the world champion as well, 300 metres to go. This is a very, very late one to be launched, and here goes Ackermann on the right-hand side now. Ackermann trying to get through and box out with the Philipsen. Through the centre you can see everybody having a go, turns on the right-hand side as well, but Groenewegen now hits the front with 50 metres to go. It's Groenewegen up against Jackosen. Groenewegen, Jackosen, oh, Jackosen into the bars. Absolutely hellish crash on the finish line as Dylan Groenewegen, we think, just got about across. Oh dear, that looks awful.
That
Chaos
was an awful
at
crash.
The finish line. And I'm afraid I have not seen anything like that for a long, long time. We all know, of course, what's happened at this race in the past. We know that there's been serious incidents. We know there was a crash there. And until we know exactly what's happened, we're not going to speculate on anything else. What we do know is that Dylan Groenewegen was up there against Fabio Jakobsen right on the barriers. Dylan Groenewegen looked to cross the line first, and I'm afraid, Magnus, that's all we know for the moment. Jakobsen did go flying off to the right-hand side, and we know little else.
Yeah, that was horrible to see. Clearly, just I don't even know what to say about that one. It wasn't a good sprint.
Well, I'm afraid to say that we report from the Tour de Pologne for the second year in succession with quite a bit of worry. Fabio Jakobsen has just crashed pretty hard into the barriers, and we went off to the right-hand side, and here we go. The last few hundred metres again, downhill, Sunweb with Niels Eekhoff, the man who thought he'd wing into the last few hundred metres again. Downhill, Sunweb with Niels Eekhoff, the man who thought he'd wing into the last few hundred metres again. Downhill, Sunweb with Niels Eekhoff, the man who thought he'd won the Under-23 World Championships last year. Trying to lead out the young Italian sprint, Alberto Dainese. The world champion is in the centre, Mads Pedersen, and it's the man in the black and green who launches his sprint. That was Pascal Ackermann, and then around him in the yellow, you can just see Dylan Groenewegen, the Dutchman. It's his compatriot behind him who we're a little fearful for here. Groenewegen straight here. On the left-hand side, Magnus, you can see the Dutchman trying to get through that gap. Groenewegen still going. A little move to the right-hand side, and then this happens. There's also a gentleman on the right-hand side who was looking after the finish line, who was hit as well by moving debris. And again, we apologize for those of you who don't want to watch this, but these images are coming from our host broadcasters in Poland. I'm actually quite surprised we have a replay of that, to be perfectly honest, because it isn't something that I'm sure we should be watching until we know everybody's okay.
No, it's Jackosen gets caught in the barriers, and clearly the barriers move, and that flings him up in the air.
We certainly didn't need to see that again, I'm afraid.
No. I have to say that this has been a questionable, in my eyes, finish for quite some time in the sprints because of the high speeds that we're traveling at.
As Philipsen desperately trying to stay on his bike, he goes over as well. Gibbons is involved on the right-hand side. Also down is Max Saho. Dearie me. Again, please accept our apologies if those images are disturbing to you. They're certainly disturbing to us in the commentary box, but I'm afraid we don't really have any control over them. The pictures do come in from the host broadcasters, where there are different cultures and sensibilities. But I have to say that I feel physically sick watching that.
I agree with that.
Well, we know that Dylan Groenewegen for now has won the stage here, but I'm afraid the news that we're waiting for, we hope that everybody's okay, is much more important today. So we'll wait for news. Again, no speculation, but it was a horrific crash. A horrible, horrible incident. And again, we haven't talked too much about what happened last year. Of course, a year to the day since we very sadly lost Björn Lombrekt. And, well, touch whatever you have to do, pray to whatever you have to pray. We hope that that doesn't happen again. Well, those of you who are joining us on Eurosport Television, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again tomorrow with the good news that we're all hoping for. Goodbye.